Did anyone just hear that foreign bloke on the news there? Did you hear him? I don't want to interfere in other countries. What a load of old twaddle that is. These bloomin' European meddling ministers, why can't they keep their fingers out of other countries' business? I'm sure we were all better off when we were all our separate little countries. All this European nip-nap and all the rubbish going on. Oh, it does make me angry. It really does make me angry, I tell you that now. I don't like to meddle in other... But did you hear him on the news? Don't like to... What a load of rubbish that is. Keep your nose out of other people's affairs. Oh, it does annoy me. Good morning to you. I was just listening to Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell's show from last night. Now, if you missed that, you can always grab any of the other shows here on United Kingdom Radio at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. There you will see all the podcasts from all the shows, assuming they have been on. Okay, they will be there. And you can download those. Terry Turner and Travis, a particularly good show last night. And they were on for 2 hours. I had no idea they were on for 2 hours. They didn't even ask my permission. What a cheek, dear. Didn't even ask my permission if they could go on for 2 hours. I just realised that they were on for 2 hours. Anyway, very, very good show last night. Have a listen to that. And Terry Turner says if he had a load of money, he would open up his own arcade. Now, Terry Turner is one of the presenters here on United Kingdom Radio. He's been doing internet radio for a long time. And I'm just trying to work out what sort of prizes. You know, if Terry Turner had one of those amusement arcades, what sort of machines, and prizes indeed, would he have coming out of his machines? I don't think he would have any of the one-armed bandits, you know, or in nowadays you push a button. There's no lever to push. I mean, where's all the fun gone out of playing the fruit machines? You'd put your money in the top and you'd pull this handle down and it would go click, 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 and then swallow your money. I mean, at least you got some fun out of it. Now you just stand there pushing buttons. There's no effort in it at all. And I think this is adding to the problem of obesity in the UK. Absolutely. Because at least when you had the one-armed bandit, it wasn't an easy handle to pull down, was it? Come on, some of you must remember those. It was a machine with a handle. You put your money in the top, you took the handle, and you had to pull it down hard. The coin would drop into the machine and you would see if you won any money. As usual, probably not. Occasionally, you might have won a bit of cash. But at least it was a bit of exercise, wasn't it? You know, you should see these old dears. And my nan was one of them, dear. She used to come round and visit her house and there'd be this great big muscle on the side of her arm. A huge muscle on the side of her arm. There it would be, waiting to be used. She'd built up that muscle over years of playing bingo and fruit machines. Oh, my nan, Nanny Hayes. Of course, everyone has two nans. Some people are lucky and have even more nans than that. I had two nans. Nanny Hayes was the one who played bingo. And when there was a break in the bingo, she'd go and play the fruit machines. Oh, she loved her bingo, my nan. And she won a bit of money once, you know. She died about 15 years ago. Next year. And once, here's something you don't know, I'm going to surprise you now. My nan won the Daily Mirror bingo, £145,000. Years and years ago. It sounds a lot of money, but once you distributed it to anyone, you get a little bit each. And she spent. We didn't want any money for. We wanted her to spend it on herself, and she never did. She never really did. Bit here and a bit there, maybe, but not really. You know, she didn't go on a round the world cruise or anything like that. She gave it away to her children most of the time. So my nan actually won the Daily Mirror bingo. Linda was her name. But it didn't stop her going down the bingo halls. We loved bingo. So that's my nan. Now, I'm very, very excited to... Oh, sorry. So, Terry Turner, we haven't finished that, have we? Terry Turner, what sort of machines would he have in his amusement arcade? I think he'd have things like, the crane. In the amusement arcades, you've got the crane, haven't you? A little lever. And underneath, there are lots of little prizes. I think there would be all bags of crisps and chocolate biscuits. That's what I'm looking. There wouldn't be any of these silly old plastic donkeys. Or, a pencil sharpener. I mean, who wants it? It's like at Christmas with the Christmas crackers. Who wants to win any of the items that are actually in those crackers? What a load of old twaddle that is, isn't it? I mean, it is. Who wants to win a pencil sharpener? Who wants to win a silly little toy of little plastic bits that you stick together and make a cat? Who wants to win a mirror so tiny that you can't even see your fingernail in it? Who wants to win a pair of plastic scissors? You don't want any of these things, do you? But who would want to win a bag of crisps? Or a nice large bar of Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolates? Yes. And that's what Terry would have as prizes in his crane machine. He'd probably fix the machine so that you, dear friend and loyal listener of United Kingdom Talk on United Kingdom Radio, wouldn't be able to win. So at the end of the day, he comes around, empties the money from all the machines, and then eats all the chocolate and the crisps. That's my sort of fun. It really is. Any other suggestions that you think Terry could use? Do have a listen to his show, okay? Terry Turner and Travis Mitchell. You'll find the latest podcast at unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Some people to say hello to already today. Millie, hello Millie. Good morning, Millie. Oh, good afternoon. Was it? Yeah, it's still morning for you. Good morning, Millie in Minnesota, who reminds me to press the record button. Thank you very much for that, Millie. Hello to Mike. Let's have off. Let's have a little look there. Hello, Mike. Okay, yep, I'll put a little message to Mike, or private message. Mike Cullen will be with us tonight at 8 o'clock UK time. Just a second. Sorry, put you to... There we are, a little message. Mike Cullen's with us tonight at 8 o'clock UK time. Okay, nice to have him back. Now, I am quite excited, boys and girls. I'm usually 3 or 4 years behind everyone else. I just took for a few reasons for this. Number one, I like them to sort out the problems if there's anything new. Okay? And number two, I find it very hard. I find it very hard to part with the money, to be honest. Very hard to part with the money. Guess what I'm getting on Monday, boys and girls? Can anyone guess? Here is a clue. You can make phone calls on it. You can take pictures with it. And you can surf the internet. At last, after years and years of waiting, way behind everyone else, I'm being dragged kicking and streaming into 2011 with my iPhone 4. Hurrah! It is arriving on Monday. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for my iPhone. Everyone's got an iPhone. Some people have got BlackBerry. I'm not quite sure what all that's about. The BlackBerry. I'm really not sure what the BlackBerry is about. It's a bit like Twitter. Okay? I've never understood Twitter. I still don't get it. We have a Twitter here on United Kingdom Radio. We do have a Twitter. Occasionally it's updated. But to be honest, I don't understand what Twitter's about. I have had it explained to me by various different people. I still just don't get it. But I now have an iPhone. It will be coming on Monday. So here's my question. There must be a few of you out there with iPhones. What apps can you recommend to me on the iPhone 4? Does that make a difference, the fact that it's a 4? I don't know. It's a 16 gigabyte iPhone 4. It has cost me £29 plus 50, okay? £79 I've had to pay for this, okay? For the iPhone. And then it's £45 a month, includes 1,200 minutes of chat time, unlimited texts, and 750 megabytes on the internet. Is that enough? £45 a month minus 15% loyalty. So that's about £38 a month plus £12 insurance a month. So it's about £50 a month altogether. Okay? How does that sound to you? Come on, iPhone people out there. I know you've got one. You've got one, haven't you? I know you've got one. What do you think? Have I done the right thing? And can you recommend any apps to me, please? If so, I'd like to know. Can you do this one on email? My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, I've just got to reach over to the printer. Get a couple of emails coming off there. Oh, hurt my back then. 1 minute. Okay, so iPhone and iPhone apps. What can you recommend to me? If I tell you a little bit about myself, maybe you can help me with the apps. Okay? Number 1, very important. Don't waste your time with computer games. I have no interest in computer games. Full stop. Okay? No interest whatsoever in computer games. Number 2, I am a DJ. I like all sorts of music. I like talk radio stuff. I like strange things. I'm interested in stars. I like the news. I have no real interest in any celebrity news whatsoever. I don't know how we ever got into the got into the swing of being so blooming interested in these celebrities. I just don't get it. I've no interest. I don't watch the Jungle thing. And I was very disappointed at the celebrity coach trip. I started, now you know I love the programme called Coach Trip, but the moment it said celebrity in front of it, I wasn't interested. I watched one episode and I thought, no, this isn't for me. Not interested in celebrities. If you're a singer, go and sing. Fine. You know, if you're a singer, go and sing. If you're an actor, go and act. If you're an entertainer, go and entertain. If you're a comic, go and make me laugh. But don't keep turning up on all these blooming celebrity programmes, because I'm not interested. I don't know why people are interested. I don't get it. Celebrity Big Brother, what's all that about? What is all that about? So any suggestions on iPhone apps, please let me know. On the email, chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. Already, Mike Cullen, thank you very much, says we can download the LBC app. Excellent. Well, that's one I shall be definitely downloading. I shall make a note of that. LBC app. Mike, have you got an iPhone? Have you got one? Any more suggestions on iPhone apps, please? Send them in on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So, very excited. That's coming sometime Monday. They said it's between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m, but I will get a text message in the morning on my phone to advise me of a 1-hour window when it will be arriving. Oh, isn't it exciting? How long do I have to charge this thing up for? Is that like one of those 16-hour charge-up jobs or something like that? I do hope I'll be able to work it properly, boys and girls. Oh. Anyway, so that's my news there. Last Tuesday, I mentioned I was going to see Harry Potter. Now, I am a great fan of the Harry Potter series. I don't read the books. I find it difficult to read books. I get bored. I sort of get on the first few pages and I get bored. Now, I have been reading the Tony Blair book. I got that when it first came out. I'm still only on page 127. It takes me ages to read a book. It's like 2 pages at a time, and then, I can't read that anymore, and I'm sitting down. Very, very short attention span. Okay? So, Harry Potter films, I've seen them all at the cinema. And Tuesday, myself and my best friend Ron, we went to our usual cinema, the premier seats, boys and girls, the premier seats in the Greenwich Odeon. Massive screen in there. And we went in there, and I was, first of all, the disappointment of once again paying through the eye of a needle. Or was that what Ron was doing? He said he wasn't very well Tuesday. He said he was something about through the eye of a needle. I can't remember what it was. I paid £4.65 for a hot dog. I know what you're saying. Why did you pay that? I don't know. I don't know. There's something about going to the cinema and having a hot dog, isn't there? God knows what they make those blooming sausages out of. It's a bit of a worry, really. Okay? So we're sitting there. So, before I forget to tell you, I'm not with you on Tuesday this week, okay? I'm not with you on Tuesday this week. I've got some bits and pieces to do. I'll tell you about that later. So, I got my hot dog. We went upstairs in the executive lift. No, we didn't. The lift was out of order. We had to manually walk up the stairs. I mean, what's all that about? We paid for the premier tickets, dear. You would expect the lift to be in order, wouldn't you? So we had to go up through the back stairs, through a rather ominous-looking wooden door. I thought, oh my God, where does this lead? You know, you might open the door and fall down into a crypt or something like that. So we went through the door, and there we were in the Premier Lounge upstairs. Very nice. And up there, you get free drink. You get free drinks. You get what else do you get? Free sweets, like chocolates, like Quality Street type things, and you get what's the other thing now? Free drinks, free sweets. free those crisp things. I can't think what they're. Not crisps, like corn things, and they have this like hot cheese sauce. It's still, and you sit there just dipping these and dipping these in this cheese sauce. Very, very tasty indeed. I shan't be sampling anything on the air today. I find it very rude to eat while I'm doing a programme, unless I'm testing food for you. Although I have no intention of being one of those food testers. You know, the Queen, doesn't the Queen have a food tester? Someone has to sample a little bit. That would. I nearly swore then. That would annoy me. That would. Imagine that. The Queen, she sits down for a dinner, and someone comes along and starts taking bits off. Oh, that would do my brain in, that would. It's bad enough, isn't it? When you're out somewhere, okay, and you're with a friend or a group of friends, and you go to the chip shop, and out of the kindness of your heart, would you like a bag of chips? And they say, no, it's all right, I'm not really hungry. Okay, are you sure you don't want a bag of chips? Yes, please. I mean, Terry Turner wouldn't say that. He'd say, yes, please, I'd have 5 bags. He would. Gavin Bass, who's here on United Kingdom Radio, on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock UK time, when his computer doesn't crash, because he wasn't here last week, okay, he would have 10 bags of chips, without fail. Absolutely 10 bags of chips that boy would have. But, usually, you're with someone, no, it's okay, I won't have chips. Okay then. Are you sure? No, I don't want any. Last chance? No, I don't want any. So never. So you get your bag of chips, right? And you're eating your shit, and then they say it, don't they? They say it. They say it. You know what they say. You know what they say. Can I have one of your chips? And I hate that. I just hate that. I absolutely hate that. Mike Cullen wants to know, can we get a UKR app for the iPhone? You can listen to United Kingdom Radio on the iPhone. There is an app called TuneIn Radio. Download that, and we are on that. If you're going to do that now, Mike, tell me that it works. I know some people that listen via the TuneIn app. I think it's TuneIn app. Let me just check that out for you. TuneIn app. Hang on a minute. Let's just check that for you. TuneIn Radio. We used to have a link on the main website, didn't we? I don't know if that link is still there, actually. Let's have a little look. No, it's not, is it? That link's not there anymore. I believe there's an app called TuneIn. Can someone help me with that one? Is that it, TuneIn Radio? Yes, it is. TuneIn Radio. TuneIn Radio is the app for the iPhone, and within that app you will find our station, United Kingdom Radio, and you can listen live on there, okay? All right. TuneIn Radio, an app for the iPhone, and on that app you will find United Kingdom Radio. Okay? Now, where were we? Oh, yes. So, and people, you know, you got your bag of chips, and then you say, oh, can I just have one? No, you can't have one. You can't have one. I asked you if you want. Did you want a bag? You said no. Oh no, but I only want a couple. Yeah, but that's a couple of mine. I don't want you to have my chips. I don't want to share. I know that sounds a little bit selfish, boys and girls, but I did offer to buy you a bag of chips. Don't start picking away on my plate. And that's what the Queen has to put up with, dear. People picking away at her plate to check that no one's trying to poison her. I mean, that must do her break. I could just imagine her now. Can you? Sitting there, ready to tuck in to sausage, egg, beans and chips. And then something comes along, you know, one of those people that think they're better than everyone else, which the Queen doesn't, incidentally. I just want to stick up for her there. The Queen does not think she's better than anyone else, but probably one or two of the people working for her probably think they are better than anyone else. It's like Pete speaking to staff from Harrods or Selfridges. Have you ever met one of the staff from Selfridges or Harrods? What do? Oh, I work for Harrods. Like, you know, they're more important than you. All right. Oh, I work on the perfumery department at Selfridges. They're right up their own backsides. It's unbelievable. They think they're so important. No, you're not. You work in a shop. That's it. You work in a shop. Oh, I work in Selfridges. I am so important. No, you're not. You work in a shop. That's it. And there's probably one or two of those people who work for the Queen who are a little bit like, oh, I work for Her Royal Highness. Right up their own backsides. It's unbelievable, that. But if I was the Queen, I'd be annoyed at someone picking away at my bits and at my food, wouldn't you? Oh, I'd hate that very much. I don't know how we got onto the subject of chips, really. Come on then, let's do some, oh yes, we haven't got to the Harry Potter bit yet, have we? Yeah, so there we are. So that's what you have in the Premier Lounge. What's it got in the Premier Lounge? You get your sweets, you get your crisp type things, I don't know what, Doritos or whatever they are. You get some sweets in a little thing, you get free popcorn, and you get unlimited Coke or lemonade or tea, or you can buy a drink. I think you can buy a drink, I'm not sure. And you can buy bags of sweets, but you don't buy any of that, you see, because you get all those other things free. So actually, the price of the Premier seat, by the time you've added in all these freebies, is only about £1 or two more than it would be if you got an ordinary seat and bought these things separately. It would probably work out dearer. And, you know, you see all these young people usually, and they buy their cheap, well, I say cheap, the normal cinema tickets. And then they go and load themselves up with sweets. And they've spent more than my £20. Okay? But the beauty of the Premier seats is they are so comfortable. What they do is they have two seats next to each other with a liftable arm. And usually there's no one sitting next to you, so you lift it up and you take your shoe. You must take your shoes off. It's only fair. And you put your feet up, and it's lovely. You lay there watching the film. So on to the film, Harry Potter and the Harry Potter and Part 1 and the Deathly Hallows. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Now, I mentioned to you, I've seen all the Harry Potter films. I love them all very much. I loved them all. The effects, the acting, the storyline, fantastic. I have to say to you, on this occasion, I was disappointed. Didn't really get into the film at all. I kept getting lost I wasn't quite sure what was going on a lot of the time. There wasn't that much excitement in it, I don't think. There wasn't many special effects. I was very disappointed. And I wonder, have you also been to see the Harry Potter film? What did you think of it as a standalone film? What did you think of it in comparison to the other 3 films? Do let us know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you are with us live, you can join in live. How do you know it's live? Well, look at your clock. You need UK time. Okay, UK time. It's just coming up to 3:31 on Saturday, the 27th of November, 2010. If that's the time where you are now and the date, then you are with us live and you can join in live. We have Skype. Our Skype username is all one word, United Kingdom Radio. Okay, all one word, United Kingdom Radio. We also have a phone-in number. It's a local London number. It is not a premium rate number, as I heard someone mention on his show the other day. It is a local number, 020, a local London number, 020 3287 1488. Okay? 020 3287 1488. And that's the way you can keep in contact with us if you want to ring in this afternoon. If you don't want to ring in, that's fine as well. If you're happy to just sit there and listen, that's cool by me as well. Mike Cullen says, I don't have an iPhone, but having an iPhone is a dream for me. Yeah, it's been a dream for me as well, Mike, to be honest. But I've put it off and put it off and put it off. And now at last I've taken the plunge into the 21st century and purchased an iPhone. Do you know, I've got a really itchy toe. I suffer a little bit from athlete's foot now and again. I'll try and put up with it. I might have to go and... such an itchy toe. I might have to go and get some of my special cream. Because you put the cream on... I'm going to get it now. Just a minute now. You don't mind, I need to get some cream for my itchy toe because it's doing my brain in. Will you in a second? Now we must get onto some emails actually because I've got to take my I take my sock off. I really need to wash these socks as well. They're filthy, dirty socks. Just put a little cream in between my toes. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's better. And very quickly, that will stop itching. Itches like mad sometimes. I've had that for years. This cream is called Lamisil cream. Very good for itchy toes and feet and things. Well, toes it is, I suppose. In between. There's only 2 toes. It's not all of them. There we are. Okie doke. Hello, Fag Ashlil, who sent us that lovely long email in that we stretched across a couple of shows. She's with us this afternoon. She says, see part 2 of the next Harry Potter film. Oh, of course, I will go and see the second part, which I believe is the last one, isn't it? I will go and see that second film. She says, see part 2, there may be some deaths. Oh, I'm not saying that I missed the fact that there were no deaths. That is not what I'm saying, Fagashlil. Well, that's a very morbid thing to say, dear. She says, I don't know, it's been years since I read the books. She's not impressed with my stinky feet and socks on camera. Now, I had to do that because my toe was, it was awful. Itching like mad, it was. Fagashlil would also like me to test chocolate buttons live on air, but that would make a 1.5 minute silence for each 1 kilo bag that you ate. Oh, I do like the Cadbury's chocolate buttons. I haven't had any this week. We're trying to lose a bit of weight again before Christmas. Mike says, do you not use E45 cream, Chris? It doesn't solve athlete's foot, but it keeps in the moisture. Dry feet aren't good. No, I've never tried that, actually. I got this from the chemist. What's it say on there? For the treatment of athlete's foot and itch. Although it's still itching at the moment, I might have to put another bit on. We'll leave it for now. Maybe I haven't put it on properly. Just a minute now. I'm going to put another bit on. Oh, dear me. It's an awful thing to do this while you're doing a show, isn't it, really? But otherwise, I'm just going to have red raw feet. Try a bit more of that on there. Oh, Itching like mad, that is, today. I think the trouble is I didn't change my socks this morning. I don't always change your socks every day. I've lost the lid now. Where's that gone? Oh, I've put it back on already. Oh. I didn't even know I put the lid on then. Anyway, no, I haven't done an E45 cream yet, no. Good morning to Sean Riches. He's with you live at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And young Gary Davidson is with us as well. Hello, Gary, who's enjoying the show. I'm glad you're enjoying the show, Gary. Welcome along, sir. Some emails then, coming in, boys and girls. First of all, young Craig. Hello, Craig, who says, good afternoon, Chris. Good afternoon, Craig Adams. Who says, good morning. Once again, it's Craig here. I was very busy last weekend in my local town, Hinckley, East Midlands. Hang on a minute, we've read this. Didn't you send this in Thursday? I read this on Thursday's show, dear. You've sent it back in again. I bet you didn't hear it, did you? You missed the show. You missed the show. I read this. Oh, dear. Yes, I've read this already. You're a funny boy, aren't you? I read this on Tuesday, on Thursday's show. Why have you sent it again, dear? Do pay attention to what's happening on, for God's sake, will you? Hello to Simon. On the Isle of Wight, he says it's snowing up there. Is it snowing up there? No, it's not snowing in Berkshire. It's very cold, but we've not seen a single flake of snow. I'm very, very pleased to say. Yes. You know I don't like the snow. I hate the snow, boys and girls. I do not like cold weather. And I'm very pleased to say, Simon, that there is no snow, although I guess your two children are enjoying it, aren't they? Are they making angel shapes in the snow and all that business? Oh, your mama go mad. Mama go mad, I'm telling you now. Take those clothes off before you walk on her carpets. You don't want damp carpets with the snow thawing out all over it. Apparently, it's just like Christmas in Upper Ventnor. Very festive. That's from Simon on the Isle of Wight. How lovely. Ding dong da 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 da. All right, boys and girls, email time. Here we go. First of all, a new friend and loyal listener. Good evening to Ed. Now, Ed, you don't tell me where you are. Where is Ed? Somewhere in Australia. He says, oh, hang on a minute, I haven't read it yet. No. Hello, Chris. Recently found your talks. Great shows. I'm in Australia, about 60 kilometres from Zach. Yeah, but where in Australia? We want to know where. What little town or village are you in? Are you on satellite internet as well? Zach's on satellite internet, which unfortunately causes him a little bit of problems with dropouts. And he did try and do a show, tried to do 2 shows with us here on the United Kingdom Radio, but unfortunately, with the connection dropping out, we couldn't. It just didn't work very well. When you talk about other shows on your station, are they recorded and downloadable? Yes, they are. As I mentioned right at the beginning of the programme, if you go to, the main site for this particular show is unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Been going for years, loads of shows, okay? unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, all the other shows are also downloadable, and you can find all of them and this one on another site, the main website for United Kingdom Radio, which is unitedkingdomradio.co.uk. All right, all sorts of different personalities on there, all sorts of varying levels of ability. I'm sure you'll find some other stuff that you like on there, okay? unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, and at the top you'll see download podcasts. Some of you probably don't know this as well, but you can also leave comments if you want to. Okay, for each show there is a little section where you can let me see if I can find that for you. So there is some way of leaving a comment on the United Kingdom Radio thing. Yeah, if you go to unitedkingdomradio.co.uk, at the top, download podcasts, and then you will see. Oh, maybe you can't leave a comment. I thought you could actually leave a oh, yes. Well, it says no comments. No comments. Oh, I see. Yeah. Under each show, or is it underneath each show, you've got a play button what says listen now, and then a load of other bits. And you'll see it says no comments. If you click no comments, it will open up a comment box and you can leave a comment if you want to. Okay? Don't be too nasty. Be nice. Any comments you can put on there like that. Oh, I just got very scared then. I just looked at the United Kingdom radio site and saw a vile picture of the Lee Mills who's on. He's only on the watch button though. He's on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, okay? Fag Ashley says, oh no, Zach, not going to try again. We've tried twice now and it's the same problem both times. He has connection problems, unfortunately, at his end. Would love to have him do a show, but with the setup as it is at the moment at his end, it's just not technically possible because it drops out and then a recorded show starts playing, you see, and once that's happened, he can't get back on again. Now, I'm sure there's something wrong with my foot here because I am itching like mad, my foot. My toes are itching like mad. Anyway, back to Ed's email, who says, I've been listening to the tech guy, Leo Laporte. Different type of show, but yours is really entertaining. I don't know the tech guy. Never heard of Leo Laporte. I will have to have a little look at that when I finish the show today. So Ed also says, because I replied to him personally and I said I was going to Australia, to Norfolk Island. He says, Norfolk Island, isn't that the old penal colony where the worst of the worst went? That is correct. And he says, have you got rallies there? Well, sort of, but they're not there now. My cousin's on there from the mainland, and he's running the police on there. Okay, so not too bad. He's looking after those naughty penal colony people. Dreadful people. They're not really. They're really nice. The people on Norfolk Island are really, really nice, believe me. Ed says, my dad was a South Shields man. Came out to Australia in the 1920s. He has now died. Mum's family were here much longer, but not sure when. I just listened to the episode when you were talking about central heating. The cold was one thing he didn't miss when he left to go to Australia. When he retired, he and Mum went back to the UK. This is now the 1970s. To see his brother, who he hadn't seen for 50 years. Sadly, all the brother wanted to do was watch Coronation Street. Mum and Dad more or less left him at home and went out on their own. He was really disappointed and lost interest in both his brother and Blighty, the UK, after that. Hope you have a good holiday, and that's from Ed. So thanks very much for that, and Ed, and welcome to our happy little family of friends and loyal listeners. Welcome along, okay? Now here's a young lady we haven't heard from for ages and ages, and it's young Marsha in Florida. Oh, by the way, Mike Cullen says South Shields is where Joe McElderry is from, and about 5 miles away from me. I like Joe McElderry. Do you? I think he's very, very... I love that pop. He's got his right sort of style, hasn't he, immediately. He's straight into the pop stuff, and I'm very, very impressed with that. Very impressed indeed. Have I missed an email here? No. Sorry, I thought I missed an email then. Okay. Hello to Marsha. Hello, Chris. It's Marsha from Florida here. Haven't written in a while. I know that, Marsha. I do worry when I don't hear from people, dear. Do try at least one email every 4 weeks. Is that too much to ask, lovey? I mean, I sit here 3 times a week, although not this week, okay? Not here on Tuesday next week, okay? I do sit here 3 times a week usually, and I'm lucky to get 2 emails from you a year now, dear. Just 1 a month, that's all I ask. She says, I know, but work has been really, really busy. Anyway, I still get to listen from time to time. Oh, I'm glad about that. Last week you were mentioning something about diet. I was indeed. You were talking about the idea of not eating any food a certain amount of hours before going to bed every night. That's correct. Now, it was one of my managers, Jimmy, who told me about this one. I said to him, and this was on Sunday night, I said to him, I'm going to have to cut chocolate and crisps out and some of the bread again, I think. I said, I'm starting to put on weight again. He said, you don't have to do that. I said, why? He said, all you've got to do is stop eating at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then that's it. You don't eat any more until breakfast the next day. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He said, don't worry about cutting out chocolate and all that. He said, just have what you usually have during the day, and then at 5 o'clock or whatever time, you decide, that's the last meal, and then nothing until breakfast the next day. So I've been trying that. I have already lost just over a pound by doing that. So that does seem to work. Admittedly, I have also, anyway, cut out virtually all the chocolate and all the crisps. And last night, I was very, very pleased with myself last night. Friday night, I do some DJing at a place called West 5 in Ealing. And they always give me 1 or 2 bags of cheese and onion crisps, which I delight in munching away while I'm playing my records to people dancing. And last night, a bag of crisps was brought up to me, and guess what I did? I'm very proud of myself. I refused it. How the hell did I manage to do that? I refused that bag of crisps, I'm pleased to tell you. Okay? So as well as cutting out the food, so it is working. Now Marsha says, I have to tell you, I tried this and it worked so well that I still do it now. Basically, she says, I stop eating about 8 o'clock at night. I have my last meal, which is, my big meal is at lunch. I mean, just before I came up to do the show today, on this Saturday afternoon, I had fish fingers. I haven't had fish fingers for ages. Fish fingers, 5 fish fingers, a large plate of chips, and a little packet of vegetables. I always make sure I have vegetables, and a cup of tea, and half a glass of orange juice. So quite a large lunch. My evening meal, which I have before I go to work, will be just something like a sandwich, maybe a packet of rice or something like that. So that's smaller. And once I've had that, no more eating until breakfast the next day. Okay? So 8 o'clock is my time. I stop eating at 8. Then again, I get up about 9. So that's probably later than Jimmy gets up. Marsha says, basically, I stop eating 4 hours before I go to bed in the evenings. If I get home late from work, then of course I allow myself dinner, but nothing after that. She says, I lost quite a bit of weight doing this and have been able to keep it off. For someone who loves food as much as I do, it's a bit of a challenge, but it is doable. Rather than a low-carb diet, for example, where you have to accept that you will never eat carbs again or the weight will pile back on, this is a bit more practical, because if I get that nagging little voice in my head insisting on one of my favourite snacks, I can usually hold that thought until the next day. Okay, so what she's saying is that, she wants to eat something, she'll have it. She's not said, no, you can't have it. She says, yes, you can have it, but only between these times. That kind of seems to work for me as well, I have to say. I guess it's now the difference between thinking you can never have a thing and knowing you can have it. That's what I just said, you see. But not just right now. See, I think that's going to work for me. For example, tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, I get up and go to church, play the organ, take a little drive into Roehampton. On the way back, I feel a bit peckish. Might have a little bag of chocolate buttons or a bag of crisps, perhaps. That's okay. But you stick to your thing where you have your nighttime meal, and then that's it, nothing. One of the problems I have eating-wise is at the place I work on Sundays and Tuesdays, which is in Clapham. What I used to do there was get up. I would get up from my afternoon sleep, a couple of hours sleep, go to work, and then when I'm there, I would then go and buy something to eat, by which time it's about 9 o'clock, and have that there. But it's never going to be as good as something you do yourself, is it? And the latest thing I was doing was Subway. I do like Subway. But actually, there's quite a lot of fat on there, I think. People, for some reason, have told me, I don't know why, they've told me that Subways are actually not as good as you would think. I don't know why that is. I mean, we know, for example, that everything at McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken is indeed fried. I know that's not particularly good. But why is Subway not particularly good. Don't know. Marsha goes on to say, anyway, I was so terrible at snacking throughout the night that cutting myself off after 6 or 7 o'clock meant I drastically reduced the amount of calories and carbs anyway. It worked like a charm, and I recommend it highly. Hope all is well with you. And that's from Marsha. Thank you, Marsha. Yes, I'm keeping it up. And as I say, I'm now 13 stone, 1.2 pounds this morning. Okay, so it's coming down again. I'm pleased to say, very pleased to say. Fag Ashley says, I'm going to have to go against normality today and make some vegetable stew and dumplings for my son. And normally all I eat is either fried food or something with cheese. Oh, for God's sake, Lil. You're going to have a heart attack, dear. Think of your poor heart having to pump all that rubbish around in your arteries and your ever narrowing arteries, dear. Why are you doing this to yourself, dear? You are worrying me, dear. You really are. She said, all I eat is either fried food or something with cheese. In fact, I mean, you could live in America, really, because that's all they eat, isn't it? Fried food and everything with cheese on the top. She says, in fact, I've got so bad recently, I'm thinking of making my cheese toasties in a frying pan full of lard. Lil, what are you doing to yourself, girl? Please. Be careful. One more email for today from the lovely Lisa in Crazy, California. And Lisa says, hello and blessed holidays, Chris and all United Kingdom radio listeners. Just finished listening to the November the 23rd and November the 25th of our Chris's wonderful United Kingdom radio shows. I had to email in to say I totally agree with Ron and Fagash Lil had to say about the economy and government mishandling of problems. That is practically word for word what I had said to people regarding our situation here in the USA. The USA has often given lump sums to just about every country on the map at one time or another over the years and has seldom, if ever, seemed to pay attention to what is needed most for the legal citizens of the USA while doing so. It is absurd. But it is how governments handle money matters. It is now the norm. Lisa says, the fact is that Ireland's leaders are not doing what they had promised their people of Ireland. The people of Ireland are very angry about the sudden change of mind to accept the dependence on the loan. Their leaders promised there was no need of the loan, and then suddenly they changed their mind and accepted. Just as our leaders here in the USA never really care what we the people of the USA need or want before making decisions about our American lives and livelihood. If you think that people that sit on their bums doing next to nothing are not worth paying a dime for, well, instead of complaining about the least paid of the welfare systems, focus on the big money wasters. Stop paying, she's put this in capital letters, stop paying the useless politicians of the USA, Ireland, UK and all the corporate wasters as well. Very strong words there from Lisa today. I also know what Lily said is very true. But it is just how things are handled here in the USA. The US government is always paying more money to try to keep from paying for better care and things for people. For instance, they will push to put a person in a nursing home and pay far more for each day of care and keep in the nursing home than would be required to pay for in-home healthcare services, which of course most people would prefer to say in their own home than go into a nursing home. I mean, you know, that is, I know I'm only like 47 and that, and perhaps a few more years to go before I have to start worrying about anything like that. If I'm really lucky, maybe I will never have to worry about that. But the thought of going in a nursing home, you know, does anyone actually want that? Does anyone actually want to go into a nursing home, I reckon? Lisa says, but that's just it. The level of care is better, and it is also cheaper in home than what one is likely to receive in a nursing home. They are literally banking on people dying as a result of the worst care they know they will be receiving while in a nursing facility. And we've all seen those programmes, certainly here in the UK, of what goes on in some of these nursing homes. We've seen the stories in the paper. We've seen the stories on the television. It's not good at all. What is more, Lisa says, the bills they ring up in the process will use up whatever money the elderly person may have in savings, property and the like. Disgusting, isn't it? Yes, it is. We are only numbers to them, nothing more. It is sad to find that you all in the UK are so much like we in the USA over such social and economic matters as how the low-income and elderly are treated, or rather mistreated. I guess I must revoke all my previous praise of the UK officially after finding this out. Well, except for my praise of your superior tea. That is still true, Chris, of course. US teas, cups of teas, I don't know how you got from that to tea. I must admit, Chris, our US teas are pretty bad. Asian, Indian and English teas are the best. It cannot be denied. Yeah, you're true. A couple of messages coming in now. Alan from Mousecast says, he was harsh. Does he not know we have lives? Well, yeah. Hang on a minute, 18th. Oh, that's an old email. That wasn't even to do with today's show, I don't think. Lil says quickly, I've made her feel guilty for eating all the fat. I guess I best try and stay alive so that you and I can cause havoc in a nursing home somewhere. Well, I hope to be employed to do live shows, to be honest. In a nursing home. I could set up my little a little box and chat non-stop for hours. Including little breaks where we could play bingo or something like that, I suppose. I would like to ask, Lisa says, all the United Kingdom radio listeners to please help stop the insanity at a local level if you can. By this I mean in your own immediate areas, town, city, state, try to see it that the people you know are getting the worst treatment by the recent government cutbacks, layoffs, long-term unemployment, have their chance to get better treatment or at least help them to get heard, seen on the media and in your local community. That's the only way you change things, isn't it? That is the only way to change things. I especially ask that you help in any little or big ways you can those that are most vulnerable, such as the elderly, handicapped, shut-ins and the like. For they are the ones most forgotten about, with little chance of ever being noticed. Yeah, if you've got someone, have you got a neighbour, an elderly neighbour living on their own? Do you ever see them? Why don't you just knock on the door and say, oh, hello, just popped in to see if you're all right? I bet you won't. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and knock on your neighbour's door. See if they're okay, especially when it gets really cold. If you know of an elderly, low-income, handicapped, chronically ill person that has little or no help, help them. You'll get a lot out of doing that, boys and girls. Believe me. Helping someone. Especially if they're disadvantaged by some means to yourself. You will get an awful lot out of, much more than money could even buy. Maybe something as simple as offering a free ride or weekly shopping, or just show them some attention, talk to them, or help by pushing for better legislation and or local government care for low-income, elderly and handicapped people. This is the best kind of gift you can give to your fellow human beings who are in the greatest need. Thank you and many blessings to you all. Sincerely, Lisa in Crazier by the Minute, California. I don't think you're crazy at all, Lisa. So thanks for that one. Nice long email from you there. Fagesh Lil, one more message from her. She says, "Oh Lord, can you imagine us both in the same care home?" I think that could be quite amusing, to be honest, Fagesh Lil. All right. Okay, boys and girls, time for me to go now. Now, of course, if you want to get an email in for the next show, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, my email address. I will not be here on Tuesday, so the next show live will be on Thursday. The reason is Tuesday I've got little visits for one of my 3 times visits a year to the hospital, so I've got to go down there. And after the hospital, my best friend Ron is picking up his new car, a brand new Flash BMW, and I'm being driven home in that, so much excitement there. I'm going to be in one of them posh BMWs, brand new one. Oh, I'm going to sit in there and eat a bag of chips. That'll upset him. Tom Harris with you after 4 o'clock. Thanks so much for watching and listening. From myself, Chris Reardon. Bye bye now.